Good morning, Zio here, and it is that time of week again. It is time for our Sunday gaming roundup where we go across and take a look at a brief summary of the things we talked about this week. Of course, all links to everything will be in the description down below if you want to go take a look at things more in depth than what we'll go across right now. And of course, we talk about, or may talk about something else that I didn't get around to, but was still newsworthy or couldn't really do a complete video on, that sort of thing. Didn't have a whole lot to talk about with it other than it was a thing that happened. So with all of that, let's get into it. Now today, or this week, has been a very busy week. A lot of things have been going on, especially with the whole viral thing that's happening. Of course, if you're not social distancing and washing your hands like you should be, what is wrong with you? You should go ahead and do that. And you know what also helps? If you subscribe to this channel. If you're stuck at home, you might as well have something to watch daily. So hit that sub button because we're not going anywhere. Anyway, actually, we might be going somewhere because Tuesday we were unable to do anything just due to the fact that work was very busy. It has been busy for a while now. So yeah, it's been hard to sit down and do things other than maybe doing stuff in kind of bulk like I did with these last few videos. Unfortunately, so of course anything that comes out between, say, what is today, Wednesday or something, to Sunday, it's not going to be in here, and we'll talk about it next week, of course. But yeah, so Monday we started the week off by talking about Bethesda. Hadn't talked about Bethesda in a while, but they apparently decided to leak their own de novo free version of Doom Eternal onto the interwebs by using their own browser or their own storefront or whatever, where if you bought the game you got a de novo free executable, which of course is way better than using the de novo one. And of course that also makes it super easy for the hackers out there for who's going to pirate this game, because now they don't have to wait about a month to do so. And it did start storming between this video and the last one, so I've got a puppy dog down here who's doesn't like storms so much. You may hear him whining in the background. He's right under me. Yeah. That happens, poor pup. I'm sorry. It's okay. But yeah, Bethesda went ahead and they leaked their thing. It was a thing that happened. And yeah, so Tuesday we didn't really talk about anything because, like I said, I believe work decided to bash in a lot. I think I got off at like 3 a.m. Tuesday morning, woke up and went straight back to work. And there's the rain. But the next day, we did talk about this. Sorry, I got a pup under me who's not happy. Anyway, apparently video game players were being urged by literally nobody but this one particular journalist? Is that the best? Yeah, journalist. On a website somewhere on their opinion blog or whatever, that gaming would break the internet because apparently gaming eats up a lot of bandwidth. And I really wanted to go into like the details of how networks went and stuff, and never actually did. I think we wound up tangenting on 15 other things and never really got into where I really wanted to talk about how you have different kinds of networks out there. You've got internets, you've got the intranet, you've got your regular network, you've got home networks, you've got I can't think of what they're called, but essentially they're like nodes all around where people will connect into the net, and depending on the traffic into the node, how many people are into it, what's going on, what they're actually doing, depends, of course, solely on the speed of what's available, how far away these access points are, how you're accessing it, of course, if it's wireless, if it's direct, changes how your speed will run. So you could be in your office or whatever, and it may not have the best of internet, and then when everyone's logging on at 8 a.m. or whatnot, it gets bogged down because everybody's first getting into their email, so it's having to contact the company's email servers and stuff like that, and everybody's bombarding it all at once. And then as time goes on, about 30-40 minutes later, everything sort of speeds back up as everybody's already accessed what they needed to, and they're just doing their jobs at that point in time, which is different than a bunch of other things. Like, for instance, say you work at Costco. We'll go with Costco. Costco's got a headquarters somewhere, right? I completely forgot what Costco does. Anyway, we'll go with Costco's headquarters. Everybody logs into the Costco headquarters at 8. All right, wherever that is. Say they're on the same time frame as I am, and I get onto the internet at 8, and I've got this thing playing. It autoplays. Anyway, so say everybody gets on at Costco, and it takes them, let's say, 5 minutes to boot everything up, right? From their PC, which, is like, say, several years old or something. It was bare minimum to begin with. They're logging in to do their accounting or, set up spreadsheets or whatever it is that they're going to do for the day, right? They're logging into their emails and stuff, and they use Gmail or something. And, it takes them, say, about 5 minutes to spin everything up. From turning on the computer to waiting for it to boot up to actually logging in to then bringing up everything and stuff like that. Meanwhile, at the exact same time, I go do the exact same thing, right, from my house. So, and it takes me literally a minute at most, because it takes like 10 seconds for my computer to actually boot up to then however long it takes me to type in my passcodes or whatever to log into the PC and then click the internet button and then log into everything. And let's just say it took me a minute because I had coffee in my hand and I was using my left hand instead of my right hand, and was not properly hitting the number, so I had to backspace or something, right? It would be a difference there because of how many people are overloading their particular system at one point in time. But as for the world at large, it's not going to affect the internet speed. If anything, you're going to be affecting speeds when you're doing things like streaming video and stuff. So if you're running standard Netflix, you're using a lot more bandwidth on your access point than, say, me playing Final Fantasy XIV or World of Warcraft or Heroes of the Storm or whatever. Because, obviously you can't play Warcraft 3, and that's the power going out. Yay. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Anyway, if you want to go more depth into that, links are always in the description down below. And then we talked about Konami. Konami and Silent Hills, to be more specific. We talked about Silent Hills and Konami squashing rumors that Silent Hill is coming. However, in their statement, they didn't exactly, they said it's not happening in the way you think. However, they didn't go into any elaborate details, so it could happen. Anyway, we need to speed this up, don't we? So then the next day we did talk about this. This happens to be the source code for the Xbox Series X was possibly hacked and stolen, and being held ransom for $100 million. We talked about how asinine this entire thing was, and how personally I believe it wasn't technically hacked, it wasn't hacked, but it was stolen, possibly from an insider who maybe handed it off to somebody else to hold things for ransom, just by the way they apparently are going about doing it, because it feels like either A, they are 100% new at this idea of hacking something and stealing information, just don't know what to do with it. Or maybe they're just making a spectacle of it, or maybe they found it and then decided, we'll go ahead and we'll go with that. Then we talked about GameStop doing the right thing, of course, and well, kind of the right thing. I mean, they're taking steps towards doing the right thing, but they've not exactly gone ahead and done it. Or, well, they went ahead and did it, but, there's more that they could do, and at what cost, because it took so long, why they took so long, and stuff like that. And it's okay, Pup. It's okay. Yeah. Pup. Anyway. And as for other news, because we probably shouldn't really sit here and talk about this too much, but you know what? We're going to do this Monday. Yeah, it's storming. My power's obviously going to cut out anytime. And Monday, I think we're going to go with this here, which means I'm going to have to change the whatchamacallit, the thumbnail now. I think the first thing it reads is about Naughty Dog. Anyway, Monday we're going to talk about Naughty Dog. So, because of the rain, I think we're going to have to go ahead and pause it right here. This has been fun, of course. As always, I am Zio. This is Zio Gaming, and I will talk to you in the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.